Once upon a time, in the great African plain, lived a proud leopard with smooth, golden yellow fur and no spots at all. His shimmering coat made him blend perfectly into the tall, golden grasslands of Africa, where he was one of the best hunters. His keen eyes and quick reflexes allowed him to stalk and catch his prey with ease. Alongside him was his faithful friend, the Ethiopian, a clever hunter with golden brown skin that helped him blend into the landscape. Together they roamed the plains, relying on their wits and strength to survive. However, the animals of the plain grew tired of being hunted so easily. They noticed that when they hid among the tall grasses, it was too easy for the leopard and the Ethiopian to spot them. So one day the animals convened to discuss their plight. After much debate, they unanimously decided to leave the plains behind in search of safety in the forest, where the dense trees, deep shadows, and speckled light would provide better camouflage. As they ventured into the forest, the animals changed their appearances to adapt to their new surroundings. The giraffe, with its long neck, learned to have patches that looked like dappled sunlight filtering through leaves. The zebra adjusted its black and white stripes to mimic the light and dark shadows cast by the trees. Each creature cleverly adapted to its environment, becoming almost invisible in the lush greenery. Unbeknownst to the leopard and the Ethiopian, the animals were no longer in the plains. They wandered for days, puzzled by the sudden disappearance of their usual prey. Hungry and confused, the duo searched far and wide until they finally stumbled upon the forest. To their dismay, the forest was quiet, almost eerily so. They prowled through the undergrowth, but they couldn't find even a single animal. The leopard's keen senses detected no rustling, no sounds of hoofs or paws. Perplexed, the leopard turned to the Ethiopian, who was equally bewildered. "Where have all the animals gone?" The leopard asked, frustration creeping into his voice. "They must have found a way to hide," replied the Ethiopian, scanning the trees. "We need to find them before we starve." As they ventured further into the woods, their hopes began to fade. After a while, they encountered a wise old baboon lounging in the branches of a tree. His fur was gray with age, and his eyes sparkled with wisdom. "Ah, leopard and Ethiopian, what brings you here to the forest?" the baboon inquired, observing their forlorn expressions. "We are hunters searching for our prey, but we can't find any animals," the leopard said. His pride stung. The baboon chuckled softly. "You should know, dear friends, the animals of the forest are not so easily caught. They have learned to blend in with their surroundings. If you want to hunt here, you must adapt as they have." The wise baboon's words struck a chord with the Ethiopian. "What do you mean? How can we adapt?" he asked. "You must change your appearances," the baboon replied, scratching his chin thoughtfully. "The leopard needs to look like the dappled light and shadows of the forest. The Ethiopian must hide amongst the shadows, too." The Ethiopian pondered this for a moment and then had a brilliant idea. "I can change my color." He searched the area and discovered some charcoal rocks scattered on the forest floor. With determination, he smeared the charcoal all over his skin, transforming it from golden brown to a dark, shadowy hue. "But what about me?" the leopard asked, feeling anxious about losing his striking appearance. "Fear not," said the Ethiopian with a grin. "I'll help you. Just hold still." The Ethiopian dipped his fingers into the black paint he had made from the charcoal and carefully began to dot the leopard's smooth fur, creating small, dark spots. With every press of his fingers, the leopard's coat began to transform, becoming speckled and beautifully camouflaged. "Now, you'll be as clever as the animals," he proclaimed, stepping back to admire his handiwork. The leopard looked at his new reflection in a pool of water. His coat, once boldly yellow and smooth, was now a tapestry of spots that glimmered like the play of light through leaves. "Now I'm ready," he exclaimed, filled with newfound confidence. "The animals shall never see me coming again." From that day forward, the leopard learned the art of patience and stealth as he prowled through the forest. With his new spotted coat, he was able to blend seamlessly into the shadows, just like the animals he hunted. The Ethiopian, now dark as night, also found his place among the trees as he moved quietly beside the leopard, sharing in the hunt. Together, they became the most skilled hunters in the forest, adapting their strategies to suit their new environment. The leopard would lie in wait, camouflaged by the mottled light of the forest, while the Ethiopian scouted ahead, using his knowledge of the woods to guide them. With time, they thrived in their forest home, catching their prey with finesse and skill. The animals, aware of the cunning duo, learned to be more cautious, changing their hiding spots and strategies. Yet it didn't deter the leopard and the Ethiopian. They thrived on the challenge, growing stronger and smarter with each passing day. And thus the leopard's legacy of spots was born, a symbol of his adaptability and cleverness in the face of change. In life, we must embrace adaptability to survive. Just as the leopard learned to change his appearance and approach, we too must learn to adjust to our environment in order to succeed in our endeavors. Learning to embrace change is a key component of resilience and growth.